everyone, George here, and we're back again with my implementation of an animatronic game, and we are trying to get some environment stuff going, just because I want this game to start feeling like a game, and just having all these flat models kind of roughed in is just kind of killing my excitement for working on this project. So we just did what? We did the urinal, we did a sink, and now we're going to do the toilet. And the reason why I'm doing all three of these one after the other is because they're all basically the same thing. They all use the same porcelain material and substance painter. They all use the same kind of aluminum metallic stuff for the handles and so forth. It's just an easy way for me to get these done, move on to the rest of the project. So why don't we go ahead? I've got a toilet selected right now. We're going to go ahead and do a display, show, let's see, hide unselected objects. And I'm going to go ahead and file save scene. We're going to make another scene here. So what is this? Georgie's layout 03. Where am I and why am I not in my project? So let's try this again. File save scene. Let's go to scenes, new layout, and 7. Because I don't want to lose the work that I'm doing right now. So go ahead and hit yes, save. And okay, so now we've got our toilet, and I just want to take a few seconds before we dive into the UVs and make sure that this is what we actually want this thing to look like. We've got no bottom for the object, which is fine. We're going to get rid of the water plane. It's just going to get in our way right now while we're working inside of Substance Painter. And take a look here. I'm not seeing anything negative so far, so I think we're good there. We got the nuts, we got the bolts, and so forth, and that's all fine. We've got the back of this object, which is fine as well. And we've got the top, and I believe there's even an inside that I started to model. So before we do that, let's grab this little tiny piece that I had made, and we're going to go ahead and display, soft hard edge that, so that we've got something to look at. All right, and that's fine. All right, so let's move this back down in place. Now, did I reset the transform, or is this just kind of wherever it wants to be? So if we move this down to 0, it goes back to the place. Good. Now let's grab the toilet itself, go to modify, freeze transforms, and we're going to do rotate and scale and hit apply. Okay, good. And now, actually, you know what? I'm looking at the toilet. You know what's fine. We're good. Let's not worry about it. Let's grab everything and right click and assign a new material. And let's make a fong, and we're just going to call this toilet. Let's go to edit, delete by type history. And find that fong and do toilet _m, enter, save. And now we can start ripping this thing apart. Let's grab the entire thing once again. We're going to do a UV. Let's do a planar and just come at that from the Z axis. Doesn't really matter how we come at it, just that we do it in some way. Now we can start ripping this thing apart a little bit. We're probably going to want to be in X-ray mode for this, just given all the different parts. And actually, we've got a couple different things in here that are going to cause problems. Like we've got this water layer. We're going to get rid of that as well for right now. That's something we can add in post later on. It's not something that needs to be there at the moment. So why don't we start with this top piece? And we're going to need to break this up into 2 pieces. Well, we definitely need a top and a bottom for this thing. So why don't we go ahead and make a cut? I guess we can do it right here across the entire thing. And does that do all of it at this point? So let's see off the back. It looks like it does. So we're going to do a cut then. Now with that cut, we should be able to grab, nope, it's still all one piece. So I missed something here. So let's see. It looks like this side right here is the culprit. So we're going to do another cut. UV shell. We've got this piece here. We got this piece here. Grab both and let's just unfold them and see what we get. And of course, we get some monsters. So the inside one, I'm less concerned about things. So let's just grab these different corners here, and we're going to let them get cut to relax the UVs. So let's go ahead and unfold that. And now we do need to do a cut here. The problem is that this goes in on itself. And when I make a cut, it's probably going to self-intersect. So we're going to see what happens, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to run into that situation. So now let's do an unfold. And yeah, I mean, it's okay, but it's not great. We can try to optimize that. You can see them pushing together right there, and that's going to cause some long-term problems. What we can do is, since it's the inside of this thing and you're never going to see it, we can go ahead and make slices here and here, and that's going to reduce the problem a bit. So we can go ahead and unfold there. We can do an orient as well. Everyone's kind of straightened out, and then we can do a couple optimizes here and there just to see what occurs, and then orient again. And you know what? I'm liking that. I think that'll work for us. Let's move it off. Now, the outer one is a little bit more of a problem. So the question is, do I want seams? No. I mean, obviously, hell no, I don't want seams. But I do need to come up with some sort of a fix for this. And right here, right now, I'm looking and I'm wondering, what is this tiny piece of geometry that I'm dealing with? Look at that nasty piece of geometry. So what I'm going to do is just try to fix this really fast. On that side, let's go to the other side and do the same thing. So you there, and then you there. And then actually, I need to do it again, don't I? And actually, I don't know if I need that center one, but we're going to do it anyway. Just need to cut that up so it's a little less nasty. Okay. Now, obviously, ways of relieving this kind of stress are to insert cuts at regular intervals, like here, maybe along this side piece right there. Although that kind of goes off into the distance. I mean, or we can leave it as it is. I don't want to leave it as it is. I do feel like that's a mistake. You will not see the back side of this. So if we are going to introduce cuts, I feel like we can get away with them on this side more than anything. But that's going to be really like right here. So this piece here, and then on the opposite side, the same thing. And I guess that's right here. So if we do a cut, now we should notice this back piece, yeah, is a lot better off. We still got the problems with the front piece, in which case we might want to just remove the entire front piece and treat that as a separate element in and of itself. So if we grab all of this, for instance, and then we start growing the selection, you know, that's not great. I need to think about this. So see, I've also got some really nasty stuff going on right here. So let's turn off X-ray because it's distracting. But see right here, we got some problems with our geometry. So let's move this out of the way, move you out of the way. We don't need you right now. And let's do a cut all the way across. So we'll do a multi-cut from that side all the way to that side and hit enter. And at least that way we've cut those pieces off. Now, the question is how we want to handle this next bit, because these are technically probably all going to just go off into their respective corners right there and there when this gets triangulated. So let's just we'll do that as well. And now we should be able to, from a top-down view of this object, go to face mode, zoom in a little bit, and just make a selection like this. And that's going to give us most of what we want on the UV side. I feel like I need more to make this actually work right. I really should have all of this, and that will separate this enough so that there shouldn't be any issues. What's this side got? Let's get rid of that. Let's do the cut there. I'm worried about that little tiny piece right there, but let's do it anyway. Create. And we cut that off now. Now we can grab both, unfold, unfold, and orient, and let's see what we have here. So it's doing okay. The fact that these two pieces here are still connected together is still causing some problems. So really, when it comes down to it, we're just going to have to do this. And look at that. Perfection. Orient them. We can try to optimize them a little bit if we want to, but I'm not going to stress over it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So we've got all of our pieces now for the top. Now we can move on to the rest. So we got the toilet seat. Why don't we try that? Let's do a UV, but we're going to go from the top right now. And really, I think all I need to do is slice this thing along the inside and outside edge and just let it be. Whoops, that's a ring. We don't want that. Now let's do a cut. We don't have two. Did it not get the outside loop? It did get the outside loop. So something is messed up and it's probably up. Yeah, it's up along here. So we just gotta solve this part right here. This is kind of where I guess there's some custom geometry now that I had put together. So let's make some selections. Let's go to X-ray mode. All right, let's do a cut. UV shell, perfect. Grab both, unfold, unfold both. And let's go ahead and do an orient on both. And you know, this one didn't orient very well. I don't know what's going on with that. That's better. Now, I'm not going to worry about trying to make this any better. It's a curved shape to begin with, and that's just the way it is. And I'm not going to cut it up any weird way either. I'll just leave it as is. Move that off somewhere over there. Okay, so now what's up next? X-ray. We got this little handle thing. Why not do that, right? Little doodad. So frame up on it. And what do we want to do? We're going to want to cut the back off of it, obviously. So might as well go ahead and do that. All right, so we got the back side now selected. We can do a cut now, and we should have two pieces. We got that, yeah, that side there. We can unfold that. We can orient that, and you know, obviously the orient's going to suck, so I'm going to do this myself. Something like that. Now we've got this piece here, and we should just be able to unfold that. And yeah, it looks like trash. If we want to, we can probably make a break here. Might be able to just make the break there. Unfold. That's a little bit better. Maybe I should just cut it off there. Or actually, I need to go deeper in, don't I? I could cut that whole piece off, actually, couldn't I? I could just do this. Come on. Better. Still a little trashy on one side, but not terrible. Is there anything selected on the other side? That's that piece. That's this piece. That looks fine. Now, if I want to, I could cut off this entire bit here, except for that. Just do it on this side. Cut. I'm not really sure what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying stuff out. And it looks like that's a little bit better. But once again, I did add quite a lot of cuts. I mean, I could do this too. And unfold all that. You know, technically, yeah, they're flatter. They're probably a little bit better. Is that really how you want to orient yourself? I don't think so, sir. You want to optimize your ass a couple times. And then you want to think about what you just did. Why are you still doing that off-center? What are you thinking? Good enough. And you are definitely not oriented right. That's better. Okay, so that's that little handle. So we got the handle. Let's hide stuff as we do it, right? Control handle, we did that. We did the seat as well. And what's up next? The actual bowl, I guess, and the inside of this thing and that thing as well. All right, let's do this thing. This should be pretty easy. Obviously, we can do a... Whoa, what was that? Oh, no, okay. We can do a cut right there. That separates the inside and the outside. We can go to the UV shell. Bring that out here. Take this, unfold this. It's going to have bad corners. We go to each corner now. We do a cut. And unfold, and magic happens. And we orient that. And, oh, come on now. That is crap orientation. Anyway, you know what we're just going to do? because it's on the inside, we're going to cut it here, 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 and here, do a cut, grab it all, unfold each one, and then orient each one individually. That just makes it easier for us later on, or I should say the algorithm later on. Now we need to cut this thing up. You know, unfortunately, I picked the number of bevels to be a number that causes there not to be a central seam, which kind of sucks. So we're going to do a cut across the entire back of this object. Maybe we'll do it there. Cut. Separate that piece out from the other side. We'll unfold that back. We'll orient it, and then we will optimize it a couple times. Reorient it again. Move it off to the side. Now we have the entire front piece. So all that matters for this is for us to probably do a cut all the way around. That does not have anything to do with that side though. And that way we can remove that top piece. So let's go ahead and do that. Cut, UV shell, grab this, unfold. That unfolded into a tiny little guy, which means I'm worried that our bathroom stall is going to be messed up. So let's grab our toilet here, modify freeze transforms just once again, just to make sure. Just want to make sure nothing weird's happening. Orient that. That's looking pretty good. I don't think I'm going to mess with that. We're going to leave it as is. And now we just have this entire wraparound piece, which if we're lucky, oh, we got the bottom. The bottom is going to cause some issues, which means we're going to want to insert a cut somewhere down here. Now, the cut could go all the way across, and I think that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to separate it like I did the top. Now we grab both of them, unfold them. We can do an orient on them. We can do an optimize a couple times. We can do another orient after we do that. And I think we're just going to go with it. Now I can, if I'd like to, do cuts or seams along these internal edges here, which might fix some things, some problems that we have going on. So if we come in here, for instance, I could do maybe this one and this one, do a cut, unfold, orient each one separately. And at least now I don't have a large segment all by itself. I can work with them as necessary. All right, so we're going to just assume that's fine for now. We might need to cut up this top piece, but I think we're going to have plenty of space, really. So next up, why don't we just take care of this stupid thing? So what did I do? I just did this piece, so we can hide that now. This ugly thing, all we need to do really is grab a couple edges, make some slices, and we're done. We can do that there, do that there, whoops, that there, make some cuts, unfold some stuffs, find our cylinders, approach them from the back side, which you won't see hopefully, and make some cuts. Do I have another cylinder somewhere that's doing the same thing? It does not look like it. It might be inside of there, but this cylinder right here, actually. This is more than a cylinder, apparently. So this here, that, and that. All of those should resolve most of the problems. So we'll unfold again, do an orient, and that's most of it kind of fixed. Just this piece now, which is the very top, is kind of a pain. So let's take a look at it, and it's got a cylinder right here. So let's get rid of that. So we'll make a cut there. It's got that top piece. We're just going to do this and that. Hold on, we're going to go back. I don't want that. We're going to do this, then that, and then this, and then we're going to do an unfold, and that should fix a couple things. So let's do an orient. And you, sir, are a problem right now because of, well, that's a problem. That's an issue. So let's cut that off. Now you can go about your thing, and now we can go about our thing. And now what we can do is slice you out. Ooh, that's worse. Now you need to be figured out, and that's of course going to be several slices. We're going to do these slices here. Let's do a cut. Is this piece like weird? Edit, delete by type, history. Let's just grab everything really fast. Let's do a layout. I just want to see it all in proper ratio. All right, things are looking better. This piece is obviously not right, so we need to make a cut for this. So where's the cut that I did here? There we go. All right, so we're going to do a cut on this right here. Now this piece needs to be sliced. So let's just do edge, edge, cut. This should be interesting. Huh. That's a mess. And we're just going to cut there. And orient. Better. Although that cut right there is completely unnecessary. We should go to UVs, grab these two, and do a merge. What are you doing to me? Okay. Now what else is the problem here? Those look all good. Those look good. This is kind of a little bit of a mess, but we're coming from the top down. It's fine. What about this stuff? What is this? That's that piece there. That's that piece. That's that end piece. So let's grab you and orient you. Okay, good enough. Let's just grab everything really fast. Once again, I'm just going to lay it out again, just so that it's kind of all collected. Okay, so moving on now. That piece is done, so hide on that. Now, I think it's just this, right? This is the last thing for that we're doing. So that's this nut, this bolt. So we can actually do a couple things right off the bat. Let's do some cuts on these, just to make my life easier. And there too, cut. Probably up there at the top. And then at that top too. Cut and come along to the other side, you, and do some cuts. You know what, we got some problems here. You see this? How it's coming together there, but it's not over there. So we got to nuke half the model. So let's come up here, delete this half, and mirror it. So mirror, what is it? Model, mesh, mirror, bounding box, X, positive, merge. Let's not merge. Apply. The reason I'm not merging is because I'm going to do this myself, because I don't trust it. Oh, what are you doing? What the? You two combine. Now you come along for the ride. You all grab each other. Do-si-do. And then we're going to do a, how come, there we go. Merge vertices, apply, close. So now it should be one solid object. But we do have, of course, the UV slice across the middle. So we're gonna grab this again, UV, planar, I'm gonna do Y, and we're gonna cut off the top of this thing. That's for certain. Do a cut, unwrap, move it off. We got the bottom, we got the top. Now the top is a big old bowl, and we're going to cut this piece of the bowl out, I'm pretty sure. Nope, not that piece. This piece. Yep. Cut. UV shell. Grab that one, pull it out. Unfold that on its own. Doesn't really matter. But to make it a little easier on it, we are going to go ahead and select this back piece. Right there. Do a cut. And then I'm going to seam this piece right here. And that should make that unfurl perfectly. Very good. All right. Orient. And that's a stupid orientation. I mean, come on. What the hell are you thinking, program? Better. Okay. Now we got this. We can go ahead and unfold this, and I'm just going to let that be. No reason to mess with it. So now we got the outer body, and this is going to require a couple cuts. One of those cuts, I think, is going to be along here, along this entire seam. So if we do a double, and you know what? It's not going to work because watch, we need to do a multi-cut here to the other side, there, and hit enter. Now we can differentiate between the two sides. So I can do that, I can do this, I can do this, and we can do, unfortunately, this, and that's grabbing all the wrong stuff. So let's get rid of all that really quick. I don't know why it's doing that. Get rid of all that. Get rid of all of this. Get rid of this. What I want is this seam here. Okay, that's good. And that's good. Now we'll do a cut, unfold, and see what the heck happens. And actually, you know what? We got a little bit of a mistake. Right here. So let's find out where that happened. So that's this second part right there. So I missed this. But that's easy enough to fix. So now they should separate into their own respective halves. And there's really not a whole lot more I'm going to do with this. We can do optimize a couple times, try to get it to straighten out a little bit, but I don't think we're going to have much success. So instead, actually, yeah, keep optimizing a couple times. Then let's do an orient. I mean, the backside, technically, you're not going to see this part. So yes, we can go in here and we can make a cut across here from the top all the way down to the bottom. And that should help out a little bit. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. Cut. Unfold. Orient. And I mean, and if we wanted to, we could insert a seam like in the center, which would help. But right in the center is exactly where this thing comes together. So that's the last thing I want to do. In fact, I want to do a soften that. There we go. So next up are these little tiny bolts and screws, which are over here. So let's grab you guys and move you out of the way and try to figure this stuff out. So unfold, unfold, orient, and let's just see what happens. So we're going to grab some stuff. You and you are the same thing. You and you are something. And then you and you are tops of things, I guess. Although it looks like that's not the case. So if we come over here, I thought I did this. Did I screw something up? I probably did. Oh, I redid the orientation stuff. I redid the, yeah, okay. It's my fault. It's my fault. That's all that matters. It's all my fault. Everything's my fault. Okay, that's that piece. This can be unfurled. That's this piece. That's good. This piece can be unfurled. That's this piece. It can also be unfurled, so we can just find an edge and do a cut. Unfold that piece and orient it. And that's the top, so that's done. That's this piece here, and that's this back piece, which also can be cut and unrolled. That's one side. Let's just go to the other side and do similar stuff to it. So all we need to do is grab the top, this, and this, and this, and do some cuts, and do some unfolds, and then that's good. Let's make our cuts here and there. So this needs a cut there. This needs a cut here, here, and here. Make our cuts. Unfold. Orient. And we're good. All right. And with that, that should be everything. So all we need to do now is go to Toilet 1 and display, show selection. Let's see here. Hold on a second. So we want these, right? So display, show selection. No, never mind. That's Toilet 1. Display, show selection. I don't know why you got a transform under you. Edit, delete by type, history, transform needs to go. Okay, so now we got our entire toilet. We can grab all the different objects inside of it. So we got this. I don't know why the body's broken up into multiple pieces. Can we... This is just an empty transform. It has no purpose. Oh, Jesus, Louises. Edit, delete by type, history. Geez, edit, delete by type, history. How come the body is not coming along for the ride? Where's the body? Oh, okay. There you are. All right, so now, edit, delete by type, history. And we got to rename this. Okay. Oh, whatever. Edit, delete by type, history, modify. I'm just doing this because I don't want anything to be messed up before we get into this. So now we've got everything. We can grab all our parts. We can go to Layout, UVW, and this is fine. This is fine. And Preserve 3D Ratio, that's fine. And hit Apply. Hey, and that's pretty good utilization of the entire UV texture space. So I'm happy with that. Let's save. Now this one took a little bit longer than usual, so I'm going to split this up across 2 separate videos. But at this point, we're basically just going to take the toilet, export, and we're going to export selection. I'm going to find Substance Painter and do toilet. Hit enter, save, and in this video, we will at least get it set up. So why don't we go ahead and get in Substance Painter and set up the the file itself and save it out and get everything ready. And then we'll actually do all the materials in the next video. File new, metallic, yep, select, and we want toilet, 2048, hit OK. Texture settings, bake. Let's take a quick look, see if there's anything wrong with our toilet right now. And, I'm not seeing anything really bad. So I think we're going to go with it. So let's go ahead and bake our mesh maps and hit bake. All right, so then our toilet's pretty much set up. We can go to layers. You know what? Let's just finish this now. I don't want to make a separate video to cover a tiny piece of the toilet. Smart materials from 2 videos ago, or 1 video, I forget. we made the bathroom smart material. So we're going to bring that in here, get rid of this layer here. And I want to keep this, please. Properties goes down here, but let's do this. There we go. And now we just really need to go in here and start making things work. So we're going to add a white mask, and actually we're going to do that for everything really fast. So we have ceramic, porcelain. That's going to be the case for just about everything, although technically we should be having a plastic for the seat. So we have a plastic glossy and a plastic dirty, and probably plastic glossy would be better. And let's go into, let's see, is that a smart material? We don't want a smart material, we want a normal material. We'll do plastic. Plastic glossy right there. And of course, the color of this is just going to be somewhere around that. Roughness, we're going to increase a bit. It shouldn't be that good. That's fine. We just need to keep that only on the seat. So now we need to add a black mask. And let's find the stuff here and make some selections. So we're going to select the top piece of the seat and the bottom piece of the seat. There we go. So those are the plastic pieces. So the rest is ceramic. And actually, I'm going to omit the plastic pieces from this as well, just so that the properties don't go through. I don't want them messing with stuff. Now, we do have the rust fine layer, and that needs to be only on a couple things. So let's click on this, and I'm going to omit this from the handle. Actually, let's do object instead. So the handle itself, and we also want to omit it from this stuff here. Just clicking again because it looks like I missed some stuff. Sometimes the clicks don't register easily, so you gotta do it a couple times. Come on, frame up. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right, so obviously this effect is way too strong and it's everywhere. So we're gonna click on it and let's go to our smart masks and think about maybe what we might want to use. So there's surface worn, so we can try that. And you know what? That's actually pretty good. I enjoy that, although I still think the effect is a little too strong, so I'm gonna just crank it down a little bit. I'm gonna go to each of these different channels and just reduce the influence of each one. But yeah, I just want a little tiny bit of something. Even that's kind of intense, I think. So let's go to base color and the entire thing. Base color is fine. It's actually the height, I think, and the normal that are really, it's got to be smooth. It's a toilet, right? So, but a little bit of imperfection is okay. All right, so we'll go with that. So next up is aluminum, and let's go to here, and we're going to do black. Actually, make this a black mask and do white, and start selecting the different parts. So we're going to select you and you, all of you pretty much, and we can go down here now. I wonder what'll happen if I do this. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, it does see them as separate elements, so good. Come to the other side. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's better. You, you, and you, and you. And that's good. And then we'll do the rust for them. And obviously that's not what we want. We're going to do a black mask on that, and we're going to do the same thing here. And it's way too much. It's completely nuking everything that we had going for it. So this is going to have to be tampered with considerably. All right, so this now, excuse me. First of all, let's go to Smart Masks, and we want to do, let's try gun edges. And I like that, actually. We're going to add a paint layer that's black, and we're going to select all the stuff that should not have anything to do with that at all, which is pretty much everything except for the metal pieces. And I'm actually going to go to the aluminum channel and we're going to tone down things. We're going to increase that roughness considerably. And back, oh no, you know what, metallic can be high. It's a roughness that needs to be, uh-oh. My computer's stopped responding. At least the viewport has. Can I save this at least? So this was toilet. Okay. Yeah, my, what did I do? What did I do? My tools are all gone. I did something. Did I press the wrong series of buttons? What the heck did I do? All right, you know what? File, save. That's fine. And all we need to do now is... Seriously, what's going on? All right, we're going to close this and open it back up. I don't know what I did, but everything stopped working. There we go. That's what I wanted. And you know what? The aluminum pure could use a little bit less roughness, I think. Yeah, that's good. And actually, what is the rust here doing? So it's very low. I'm going to keep it, let's keep it somewhat low. Probably a good idea. But some of the channels on it are definitely interfering. So we're going to reduce its influence on most of the channels. All right. So we got plastic, we got ceramic, and we got metal. Now, of course, we could go over the top if we wanted to. And I kind of want to. Could add another layer. Bring this over here. Kind of do something like that. But maybe in the yellow range. Like someone's pissed too much. And let's go to our smart masks. And let's play with these. So we got old paint, rust strips. I mean, it's been cleaned a lot over the years, but you just don't get to everything when you clean it, right? So what if we did that, and then we did this? We just want a tiny bit of influence here. So we go to each of these now, and we just say, just a little bit of something. And then we back out a little bit, and you know what? We got a toilet that's got at least a little bit more character to it, I think. Okay, let's save it. File, export textures, toilet, location, new folder, toilet. And we are going to be using Unity, occlusion, and export. Okay, and that's it. So yeah, we're doing pretty well so far. I mean, there are a couple other elements in there, obviously, we need to do, but we're, you know, a third of the way through, I'd say, for our room. So I will see you next time. So long and goodbye.